Guns N' Roses, Paradise City, 70 degrees in Kansas City. Tomorrow, GNR, Kansas City, Kauffman Stadium. Alice in Chains opens the show, and it's going to be a monster. Right now, will it rain? Will it not? What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Bring a poncho, grab an umbrella, go to the show.
Not going to melt.
Hear that thunder in the back?
I just heard that.
That was Jesus going, yep.
That was Jesus going.
He's a big GNR fan.
Bring two.
Sounds like you need to go indoors and watch a comedy show. This is God.
Yes.
Don't forget, Craig Gass playing, of course, tonight and tomorrow night at Knuckleheads indoors at the it's the Gospel Room.
In the Gospel Room. Tonight's early show sold out. About 10 seats for each show tomorrow. So get them in advance. And I'll talk to Frank and see if maybe we can do a couple standing room for each show.
Yeah, well, I'll probably end up being a standing room for tonight because I'll be at the 9 o'clock show. I know Pinball Jeff's already got his tickets. I think Q is coming out. He wants to go to the show, so Q will be out there. And so, I'm probably bringing Artie and his girlfriend are coming. I think he already bought tickets. So, yeah.
It's going to be amazing. What a wonderful, wonderful week. Everyone here, I really respond well when people are nice to me.
It's funny how life is like that.
I just love it when people are nice to me.
Yeah,
you know,
course,
especially where I'm at right now. My mom passed away 9 months ago. My first friend, my mom.
Yeah.
And so Bob's nice to me, even though I don't get Rush. Jake's nice to me, even though he's an Angels fan. I'm a Mariners fan. Greg's nice to me, even though he has talent and I don't. It's just I just respond really well, and I'm just an appreciative person, and I just thank all of you for always being nice to me. Nikki, nice to me, even though she's into manly men and I'm not.
Right.
It's like I'm just an appreciative person. So
F&G, he's been
lady fingers.
He told me he's a big Olivia Rodrigo fan today.
Really? How does that happen?
Really good.
Yeah, all right.
She sold out T-Mobile in a year.
When your dad leaves home.
So
I asked him if it's weird to go to a show, though, with 14-year-old girls. Like, what's the cutoff where it becomes awkward for a man?
When nobody's there to tell him that, though, what are you going to do?
Lady fingers is just... He's just
born in St. Joe, that much he'll own. Doesn't possess much testosterone. Making fun of him, he wishes we would stop. But we can't kick him in the balls, cause we don't think they have dropped. Lady fingers, that's what we call Kyle. Lady fingers hasn't seen hard work in a while. Got a sweet man bun, and that's not the end. Yes, he's also got a beard, by that we mean his girlfriend. Oh, sure, he wants to man up, so we'll stop teasing without fail. But he won't put in the work, cause he just might chip a nail. Oh, lady fingers. Old Kyle's not too manly. Lady fingers. Probably sits down to pee.
He's a very sweet boy. He's got a good heart. He's well-intentioned. I like him very much. He taught gymnastics. That's a huge surprise. Was in a barbershop quartet and traveled with a high school choir. He's magical. And he also likes to shop at Lululemon.
No. For your own clothes?
See, I'm not the one.
You're not the only one, I guess.
He's another man who's out in the world, traveling, looking around.
They're comfortable.
Yeah.
I have been making notes every day that I've been in the studio, and I have a collection of thoughts that I never got to. This is going to be completely stilted and disconnected, but I just want to go through them because they are burning desires I need to get off my chest. Number one, we talked a lot about anal.
Yes, true.
We talked a lot about anal today.
Yeah.
And I told you that Dave Attell had that great joke where he's talked about anal beads, and he said, do you know what anal beads are? And he saw someone in the front row who didn't understand what he was saying, and he said, well, I can tell you, they're not a good gift for the office for the holidays. The next night, we do another show, and he goes, all right, let's talk about anal beads. And he sees someone in the front row, and he goes, oh, you don't know what anal beads are? Anal beads are like finding out there's no Santa Claus 8 times in a row. And I went, the next night,
that's a great joke.
We do one last show, and he goes, all right, let's talk about anal beads. And he doesn't even do the same joke. He goes, what do you say when you take out the anal beads? Are you supposed to say something? I came up with something, Maybe you guys can use this. This is what I do. When I pull out the anal beads, I'll say, and your winning Powerball numbers are 7, 40, blood. Paul Stanley, disconnected. But Paul Stanley, we're talking about him earlier this week.
Yes.
I have not told you this. During the pandemic, I woke up in my hotel room in Las Vegas to a missed call from Paul Stanley. And I go, what could he possibly be calling me for? And he starts calling again. Within 10 minutes of the missed call, I realize it's the vibration of the phone that woke me up, and I don't pick up. And I start practicing an apology. I just start pacing in my room and just saying, Paul, that was a long time ago. I'm a different person now. That's all I could think of is that has to be why he's calling me.
I think it's so weird. I do the same thing. If somebody like that, if I get a call,
You don't pick up.
Because I'm afraid to. I wonder what's happened.
I won't even pick up a blocked number.
Right.
Because I've
Yeah,
been.
of course, because there's a reason
Well,
for that.
a blocked number is either a famous person or an old Coke dealer that I used to hang out with, and I don't want to talk to either of them. But I picked up the phone and heard on the other line, I'll just hear, "Hi, Craig, it's Alec Baldwin. I'm here with Andy Garcia. Do you mind doing your Al Pacino?" And I'll be like in a Long John Silver's going, yeah, I'll just get some hush puppies, and I'll go outside and do the impression. But Paul Stanley's calling. I'm not picking up. He calls again. And he texts Craig, "It's Paul Stanley. I'm trying to call you." And I went, "What?"
But is he on your phone as Paul Stanley?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'd like to look at that afterwards. Not the number, just the
There's
name.
some.
I just like to look at the name.
There's some names that I've put just first name, so it doesn't.
I do the same.
In case anybody. By the way, did you hear the interview with Ace Frehley where he was talking about how Paul Stanley called him and crapped on him? And Ace Frehley goes, "Now, I don't save Paul Stanley's name in my phone as Paul Stanley in case anybody gets my phone. I have him saved as Paul S." He said that on the air.
So Paul calls.
So Paul calls, and I finally I answer on the 5th try, and he goes, "Hey, Craig, it's Paul Stanley." And I go, "Hey, buddy." And he goes, "How are you?" And I go, "Good. What's going on?" And he goes, "A friend of mine got Morgan Freeman to do his voicemail for him, and it's so funny. And I just thought, you do so many great impressions. I would just love for you to do like an Al Pacino for my voicemail." And I was like,
"Are you kidding me?"
"Okay." And he goes, "Would you do that? Is that okay?" And I said, "Paul, it's literally what I do with my free time. That's all I do is just make prank calls." And he goes, "All right, yeah, just do like maybe a scent of a woman kind of." And I go, "Yeah." So I just recorded a quick thing and I just said, "Hi, this is Al Pacino. You've reached the Star Child. Leave a message and get to the point. Nobody wants to hear you ramble on and on because I know you live. I'm coming to your house and I'm taking a flamethrower to that mother effer." I texted him and I said, "Let me know if you have any thoughts. Here's my voicemail." And he wrote right back and said, "Yeah, I have some thoughts." And I go, and he goes, "Don't curse. I don't want cursing." And he goes, "I like that you said Star Child." And I go, "Oh, okay. All right." And then I did it. And then the next text was, "Do you want to perform with Kiss on the Kiss Cruise?" And I was like, "I would love to perform with Kiss." And he invited me to come back.
He knew the whole time.
He knew the whole time.
He was just.
Dude, that guy from the very beginning, like I'm scared of Gene. I'm still scared of Gene to this day. But from the very beginning, Gene was nice enough to let me go backstage to a Kiss concert. This is early on when we first started having confrontations with each other. Paul Stanley, getting ready to walk on stage, walks right by me, full makeup, and I just nod like, and he goes, "Craig Gaff," and I went, "What?" He goes, "How come you don't do an impression of me?" And I went, "I do one, but I don't think you want to hear it." And he goes, Come here, let me hear it." And I'm just, as I'm walking towards, I'm just editing every gay joke I've ever done.
Right,
So I'm like,
right.
And I just did some neutered impression of him. And he said, "I'd love to come see a comedy show sometime." And I go, "I would love to bring you down. I'll do it. Absolutely. Do you want me to, next time I do a show near you, you want me to just give Doc my information?" He goes, "No, give me your phone. I'll give you my number." And I went, All right. And he put his phone number in my phone. And now here's the crazy thing. I agree with you when it comes to people who are successful and they give me their number. I'll be scrolling through my phone. I'll see that famous name and I'll go, I don't want to bother that guy. And I won't call
every time.
But something happened the next morning after I met Paul Stanley. I called him once the day after we met. And it was because I was jacked up on espresso. I was sitting at Starbucks and I just felt really euphoric about my evening of compliments from Paul Stanley. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to call him right now. I called him once. The day after Paul Stanley gave me his phone number, he picks up the phone and he goes, hello? And I went, hi, Paul, this is Gene Simmons from KISS. And Paul goes, okay. And I started selling him KISS products. And I said, I'm sorry, Paul. It's Craig Gass. I just want to say it was really wonderful to meet you. Thank you for being nice to me. And he said, you know, I was going to say, you're starting to sound like that dumb comedian. And I was like, oh, my God. And I'm listening to his voice, and I'm like, I'm talking to Paul Stanley. So I just went, all right, I got to poop. I'll see you, bye.
Yeah.
Click. Yeah, because I'm just nervous around that guy.
Yeah, because you know, like when I told you I was sitting at dinner with Henry Winkler and his wife Stacy, and Stacy was talking to Sassy Von Fancy Pants, and we both heard that Stacy said, "You've got to come to the house, stay at our house in California."
She's saying that to your girlfriend,
yes. And
this is Henry Winkler's wife saying that to your.
So Henry looks at me. We both hear the same thing, and Henry just goes, 2 days. 2 days. And I go, Henry, I'm not going to come anyway. I go, I'm not coming to your house. You know, I'm just like, I don't want to say it out loud, but I'm going to clog the toilet. I'll say the wrong thing. Something will happen. I'll fall down the stairs and knock the ashes of your grandmother onto the floor. Like there's one of a million things that will make you just immediately regret ever even saying hello to me. And I'm like, if we stay at this point right here, he'll always think I'm okay. And I just can't do it.
Couldn't agree more. I have a comedian friend who did mess up with a celebrity who's a big wrestling fan, Gabriel Iglesias.
Sure.
Big wrestling fan. And
Fluffy, yeah.
And him and I both were invited on separate occasion to Stone Cold Steve Austin's house to sit down with an interview. And I don't know. I was a wrestling fan as a kid, but I stopped after Jimmy Superfly Snuka. And Iglesias has a story about. And this guy's intense, that Stone Cold Steve Austin guy. I remember doing the interview with him, and he said, "Now I understand your family's deaf, right? Is that your hearing impaired? Is that correct?" And I go, "Yes, well that is true." And he goes, "Okay, explain that to me. Explain that to me." And I go, "All right, are we about to? Because you're being aggressive with me." Gabriel Iglesias sat at that same table and said that. Stone Cold fed him, and his stomach got messed up from it. And he was like, "Oh, man, hey, before I leave, is there a restroom upstairs?" And he goes, "There's one right here." And he goes, "All right, okay." And he's like, and he goes in, sits down on the toilet, and then he just can't leave it. He has to stay there. Outside the door, Stone Cold goes, "You're not pooping in there." Stone Cold Steve Austin is trying to kick a door down because he's pooping in his house. And that is what we all fear going to the houses of a celebrity.
You just don't do it. Yeah. It's a moment, it'll all go bad. Something stupid. I'll get nervous or I'll get loose and nervous.
Yep.
And some strange phrase will pop out of your mouth. You're like, I don't know why I would say that.
Yeah.
I don't believe in anything. I'm just terrified of it, man.
I filmed an episode of that Gene Simmons TV show in Gene's house, and I was super nervous about it. He wasn't there when I got there, so it's even more anticipation that he's coming home. And then when he came to the house, he confronted me because it wasn't his idea to have me there. It was the executive producer. Like, how funny would it be if we got the comedian who does the impression of you to come in the house and we'll do some stuff. We'll film around the house.
He had no idea.
He knew it, but he didn't like it. So when he showed up, when he came home, he said, "So what is your plan? What are you going to do in my house?" And I said, what do you mean? And he said, "Are you going to make fun of me? Is that what you're going to do today?" And I said, "No, I'm here to, can I tell you what would be a perfect day if it was up to me?" And he said, "What's your perfect day?" And I said, "I just want to hang out with you and tell jokes and then have you tell me your favorite jokes. That would be a perfect day." And he said, "You want to hear a joke?" And I said, "Sure." He tells me a joke that takes him 5 minutes. I can summarize it. It's just 3 sentences is the joke. A guy dies and goes to heaven, and he meets St. Peter. St. Peter's giving him a tour of heaven, opens up a door where he sees Gene Simmons sitting on a giant throne. And the guy says, "What's Gene Simmons doing here?" And St. Peter says, "That's not Gene Simmons. That's God. He just thinks he's Gene Simmons." And I went, "Oh my God, I'm going to get struck down by lightning. I got to get out of this house immediately. Get me out of this house." Yeah.
Was it Decline of the Western Civilization, or was it was a Kiss video?
Yes.
Where he tells the frog joke.
Yes.
It's like, Doctor, Mine walks into the office with a frog on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did it start? Started with a bump on my ass. And that was the entire Gene Simmons joke. I was like, why are you telling jokes, Gene?
He makes it into a 10-minute epic speech. And Gene Simmons. And when you come out to the shows this weekend over at Knuckleheads, I'm ending my set by doing a piece called "I Think Gene Simmons is Going to Kill Me." You're going to love it. So getgas.com with 2 S's.
If there's any tickets available, the walk-ups are going to kill it if you don't get them now. You either go to getgas.gass.now now, because there was 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 1 show Sunday, 90 minutes after the Chiefs win over the Bears. Now, if you want to wait, you can always do a walk-up, or you can make sure you have a seat, and you can buy them now. GetGASS.com now.
I don't know if we're going to have room for... If we can make some people do standing room, we'll do it, but get your tickets in advance. Tonight's early show out, 10 seats left for each show tomorrow, and Sunday, we're going to go 90 minutes after the game. We're going to do another show on Sunday.
So, that'll make Frank happy. Did he believe you? I know this is the first time you met when you were like, we'll sell them all out.
Oh, yeah. No, Frank is pleasantly surprised. He has no idea who I am, but he's pleasantly surprised.
He's a good, you're going to, trust me, he's going to be a lifelong friend.
Christopher Elbow coming to my Sunday show.
Excellent.
Yep.
Craig, you made my week.
I feel like
Really?
he should.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
I feel like he should buy drinks. I've invested heavily in Christopher Elbow's children's future. Like, I'll bet you I'm $1,000 deep in goddamn chocolates over the last, when did we meet him? 5 years ago? 4 years ago?
It was 4 years ago.
4 years ago. I easily spent $250 a year. I'm $1,000 deep on the guy.
Oh, easily.
Easily.
Oh, dude, I'm a couple $100 every time I pick up his stores at places around the country. There's Lolly and Pops that would stock his stuff, and I would go always a few $100 worth of chocolates from him. And I love that he doesn't put his face out there.
Nope. So
he is out in public in Kansas City, and he told me he hears people bringing up his chocolate store all the time, and they have no idea they're sitting next to him.
Unless it's not a good comment.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine, but still, I'm always like, ooh. All right, Kegs.
One of the greatest success stories.
Absolutely.
I love that man, and I love his chocolates.
All right. But I'm not around. Does this ever happen? Like, no, it doesn't.
What?
About me.
When I talk about you?
Yeah. Like,
About what?
oh.
I love you.